Hello and welcome. Welcome to Reimagine Life Phase 4. Today on day 28, let's focus on changing your resonance to change the outcome. So, how to change your focus to get different results. Now, first thing I want to clear is what I mean by focus. I use that word a lot. When I say focus, I mean not just visual, but focus with all of your senses. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it smell like? What else do you notice? What kind of information or sensations do you get through your knowingness? What kind of picture or idea do you get in your mind? Notice with all of your senses. So then when you're focusing on something, you are zooming in from every angle. Think about all these senses are like video cameras, and you have an object or you have an event, and then you're zooming in from all these angles. So you're using all of your senses to tune into certain energies. When you play with the stars, especially, and also when you play with some of the holographic tools and programs, begin to notice with all of your senses, then you get more used to the information. By default, your brain filters out at least 90% of the information, probably more, maybe 95. Your ears filter out a lot more. Your eyes filter out a lot of information because there's just too much data and you want to receive what's beneficial for you based on how you have done things. So think about an internet company, a computer company, a data security company. They would get so much data, but they can filter things out based on what's important. So just like that, you have these eyes and ears and your brain and your system filtering things out. When you wish to allow more information or when you wish to receive more information by tuning into something, whether it's an object or a crystal or a plant or a flower or a glass of water or a star, you want to start to tell your brain and your system that, yes, I do want more information. So, what does it sound like? Ask yourself that question. What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What else do I notice? Why is it important? When you start to get used to the process, and let's say you are focusing on abundance or relationship or health and wellness, or a part of your body feels strange, or you're going through some kind of symptoms, you can ask, tune in and ask, what does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What else do I notice? Your senses will tell you the information. Through your senses, you can receive more information about maybe a physical disharmony or a disharmony in your abundance or allowing or receiving. Be open. When your brain throws out all kinds of scenario, suddenly a picture pops up that you were 7 years old and with your grandmother and somebody dropped something in front of you and you got scared. There is a reason. Your brain is searching data and pulling up um, information or references to tell you what are some of the related events or what may have happened. Okay, so when you notice that, don't get into judgment. Don't think, okay, that's just too old stuff and old story. Notice your system is telling you something. So begin to tune in with all of your senses. When we go through these journeys, suddenly if you notice old patterns coming up or something that you may have resolved 10 years ago, 20 years ago, or it was resolved in a long time ago, or maybe a week ago, and suddenly that's coming up, then understand that some deep suppressed information is coming up. Okay, so then use the tools to flush things out and notice your senses. Use some of the holographic programs to boost your energies. The foundational tools will do magic for you if you use them. If they're just on your computer or phone, sitting on a folder, nicely wrapped, gift wrapped, they will not do much. So you want to use it and use it often so that your system knows these are available. And this is what happens. Sometimes when you need something, you may not think about it, but the tools can launch automatically. I've heard that from many of our members. So begin to play that way. Okay. So as we're talking about focus and how to begin to focus more, what would it do for you? Now, it activates a switch in the cosmos to turn on specific vibration of your reality. So imagine you're entering a room at night. The first thing you do is flip a switch, or maybe you clap, depending on how you turn on your light bulb, but you do something to turn on your light bulb. You're doing the same. When you're focusing on a particular idea or vision or possibility, or some solutions that you would love to receive, or something for your future that's beneficial, you are turning on a switch in the cosmos, and that item, that information, that idea gets highlighted. The spotlights go onto that object or energy or information. So when it gets highlighted, it begins to vibrate more. When you align with that information through your focus, through your thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, through your resonance, that's the main thing. When you begin to resonate with that information can show up in your reality. If you do not resonate, doesn't matter what you do and how much you do, nobody really can help you to receive that, because you're simply not receiving the answers. The answers are there. The universe is giving you the answers. Your higher consciousness is giving you the answers. Your divine consciousness is giving you the answers, but you're not looking. You're not ready to receive. So that's why focus is important. When you would love to manifest something or receive something, notice the information, think about some of the curiosity questions I always talk about. What would I love to experience? What would I love to manifest? What would I love to create? Or if things are not going your way, then ask, what would I rather attract, or rather create, or rather receive? So ask some of the manifestation or curiosity questions. They help you to tune in to the options that you desire. So that's why focusing with all of your senses is important. Then the other thing is, as you begin to focus more and play more, train your brain to move away from old movies. That's focusing on the past and what happened, why it happened, who did what. You don't have to go into all that data. So here's what happens though. When you start going into that data, you create a vibrational alignment with all those options. So those and similar events and similar energies start to vibrate in the universe. And just like a magnet, you start pulling them towards you, and you start going into an infinite loop. Repeatedly, the same thing shows up with same person or different companies, or um, throughout your life in different ways. Instead, unplug. Know that yes, that happened. Let's unplug, because if that's not pleasant, then constantly going into that energy doesn't help you. But when we are used to some of those energies, and it happens for every person on the planet, when you're used to those energies, even if those energies cause disharmony, even if they hurt you, you still keep going back because your system has created a comfort zone around it, and you're comfortable being hurt. You're comfortable in that vibration. That way, you don't have to face something that's unknown, which could be 10 times more empowering and loving and healing. So that's where the self-sabotaging pattern comes into. So I've talked about a bunch of different topics, but the main idea is to start to focus on information that's beneficial for you. As we end the series, begin to play with these energies more. Whenever old stuff shows up, unplug when it's not beneficial. If something is beneficial, that this is how you created huge success or great relationship or healed yourself magically, then you can rerun those events, you know, 10 hours a day and create more of a resonance so similar events can show up. Okay, so those are great, but if it's not beneficial, then detach. Okay, so that's why it's important. Your focus and where it's going is very important. Your focus is giving the cosmic energies a direction, and it's giving the universe a guideline to come into this reality for you. It's following your instructions that you are creating with your focus, and it's knowing how to show up in your world. So let's begin to focus more on the now moment and focus more on the moving forward energy while you remind yourself of empowering events. You can write them down, have a list of maybe 20, 21 things, or 100 things would be even more magical, but at least have a list of 20, 21 things that where you really created success or really received what you desired. However they are, big, small, do not judge. When you manifested something, you did something to create magic. Okay. Even if it's manifesting a dinner with a friend when you thought about it'd be nice to have great dinner tonight, and then suddenly somebody called, that's a great manifestation. Okay. So let's play with focus today. As we focus, notice your sensations. What I will ask you to do is simply tune into some information or object or possibility, and then really focus on holding an idea of what you would love to experience. So you can pick abundance or love or healing if you need healing, or something that would empower you or something that would empower the planet. Just one idea, one thought, not 100 tasks for your to-do list. Just one simple idea, one simple thought, and then ask, what would it look like? And that's for the best case scenario. What would it sound like? What would it feel like? What would it smell like? What else do I notice? Think about the best case scenario. Move into that scenario with all of your senses, one by one, again and again and again. So hold your focus for an extended period of time. Okay. So when you can hold your focus for, you know, 15, 20 seconds at a time, um, not distracted, that's huge. Repeatedly keep doing that. And by doing that, you can train more of your neurons and more of your muscles, of your systems to simply tune in. Okay, so that's your focus. So let's play with an option today. You choose your option and then you start focusing. and hold the energies. And if you get distracted, simply come back and focus on an option that you would love to experience in your life. Just pick one option and the ideas behind it. So look at it from all different angles: sight, sound, visual, smell, feelings, others congratulating you, whatever may be the best case scenario for you that tells you that yes, you have achieved it. Let's begin our journey and processing today. Gently close your eyes, focus on your heart, and begin to breathe in and out. Let's bring up spiraling earth energies from the center of earth and allow those energies to come up through your lower chakras and your feet for grounding. And let's bring down the spiraling rays of the sun through your higher chakras and your crown. You are inside a vortex between the earth and the sun. Allow the energies to spiral through you up and down and notice your sensations. Notice your heart-brain consciousness. Notice the connection, the beam of light connecting your heart and your brain, and simply tuning to something you would love to experience or create or manifest. And begin to focus on it repeatedly from all different angles, the way I have explained. Visuals, smell, sound, knowingness, feelings. However you notice is fine. Repeatedly keep going through the exact same idea. Focus on it in many different ways to amplify the energies. So you create a vibrational resonance with what you desire. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently a few more times. Let's come back to a present moment. Rub your hands together and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. So before the journey, I mentioned a number of things about focus and zooming in. But please, take some notes, remember the information, and notice how you can customize it for you, for your idea, goals, or vision and desires, and generally keep playing with different options as you're focusing. You can run some of the holographic tools in the background. You can also play with the neural network for that exact same movie. So just use it in different ways. Use your focus and amplify the energies. So the more you tune into these energies, the more you use your focus to create a resonance with what you desire, the information will show up more easily. So thanks for joining. Wishing you a lot of magic and wishing you um, all kinds of fun things in your life. And as you move forward, do remember to play with different tools and star energies on a daily basis. Even if it's 10-15 minutes, that's still great. But make time for your success. Make time for your alignment. If you're saying you don't have time, then I have to say whatever you're doing is not working. You should have 10-15 minutes, 20 minutes, or 30 minutes for yourself to expand your consciousness, to expand your skills, and do things that are really important for you. Okay? So let's do that and let's play more with all the cosmic energies.